Hey everyone, Lesley Myrick here, interior designer and business coach with Nancy Quinn and the Profit Insiders coaching world. It's Tuesday. I like Tuesdays because we get to talk to Amelia from Serene Marketing. And today, which I cannot believe, we're chatting about holidays because they are right around the corner.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Time is flying.
All right, Amelia, what do we need to know about holiday digital marketing? The title is Designing Your Holiday Funnel, Turn Festive Content into Future Clients. And I am super intrigued. First of all, what does a holiday funnel look like? And how does that lead to future work after the holiday season's over?
Yeah. So I would say holiday funnel in your business, interior design business, you may not see as many people willing to have you come into their homes in November and December for a consultation. Their mind is not there. They are focused on if they have kids, buying all their children gifts. They're focused on family gatherings. They're focused on having family come to their home and they're hosting. It's a time of year where the mindset is just not necessarily on home improvement quite, at this moment. So we say build a funnel that you can capitalize on in the new year. And part of the way to do that around the holidays, and I loved what you said, Lesley, like right before we hopped on here, you said holidays are kind of a blip, and they are. They come and they go, and they come and go very fast. So I'm not saying you need to lean into so heavily like holiday themed content.
Okay, good.
But it's more so get personal during this time of year. And really showcase the behind the scenes of what this time of year looks like for you. So you don't have to, and when I say get personal, I mean, make your content feel personal to what really gets you going at this time of year. Like for instance, for Serene yesterday, I posted a gift guide because that is something that is, we look at objects for one of our email newsletters, and we're pulling together a list all year. It seems right within our content to share that. And it's something that's personal to us because everything's handpicked. So get personal. If it's like, here's how I'm setting my table, things like that, that nurture your audience, show the personal side, show the behind the scenes, and they lean a little bit more festive, but they also, if you're showing your table, you're showcasing your design eye, you're showcasing, you're showcasing what goes on in your personal life without necessarily posting a picture of your family for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit different. So I would say lean into some festive things, but don't feel like your whole feed from November to December needs to be holiday focused, because those nurturing personal posts, because those nurturing personal posts are what people are going to remember come the new year. Now, I wouldn't set aside the business stuff though either. I would start that funnel by posting, we're grateful, we're booked through so-and-so date, get on our email list, or, visit our website at January 1 or whenever it is when you're going to open your books again. Your books may still be open now, but you're building up that anticipation and funnel, and use this time to get people thinking about the new year and have it be more of a soft sell rather than let's do a consultation in December, because that may not actually happen.
I love that you mentioned the soft sell thing, because you're right. Like I think about when I'm on holiday break and I'm like, sitting in my in-laws' living room by the fire, scrolling Instagram for fun. Am I enjoying it, getting ideas, browsing? Yes. Am I likely to be like, oh, you know what I should do right now? Book a design consultation.
Yeah.
No. But you hit the nail on the head. You want to be there. You want to be top of mind. You want people to see you and think of you, so that in the new year, when they are ready, when the dust has settled, kids are back in school, holiday decorations are down, they go, yeah, I need her. I'm going to go back on Instagram and find her and book a consultation call.
And I remember when her books opened again, or I remember this particular service that she mentioned being really great for a refresh earlier in the year. Now would be a time to do that. And I would say with your content, like it doesn't have to be a huge shift for the holidays. It can be a subtle shift, and you're focusing more on emotion because everybody's feeling a little bit more vulnerable, or they're feeling nostalgic during the holidays, or they're with their family. So if you're revealing a new project, a subtle way to tie it into the holidays is, here's how each room in this space makes me feel, or here's how I can imagine my family enjoying this room during, the holidays versus, a different time of year, Thanksgiving. I can imagine this dining room set with my family. So lean into the emotional side of design a little bit more, you should always lean into it, because it does, like, people need to be able to see themselves in the spaces that you're creating. But during the holiday time, that's a subtle way to lean into the festivity of the season without it being like, here's how I decorated my mantle,
Which is great
quite
too.
so literal. It is
Yeah,
great. No, it is
but I
great.
like that you say you don't have to be so literal, and leaning
You
into
don't.
that like cozy holiday family feel. It's all about connection. And we all know in this business, in the interior design industry, great projects, great clients are built through connection, relationship, that know, like, and trust factor. So I like that this isn't just make sure you have a holiday post of what your mantle looks like or your Hanukkah table, but it's more like just showing more of you, your lifestyle, what holidays look like, letting people in a little bit without, going past your comfort level with privacy and things, of course. But I think this is a really, I don't know, it's an interesting approach. When I saw the topic, I was kind of like, I don't want to post like my Christmas tree.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, mine's full of like ornaments that my kids made in preschool. Like, it's not Instagram ready. But I love this. And I want to back up a second, because we have the title is Designing Your Holiday Funnel. And when I like a marketing funnel, it feels very, there's a system and a process and a procedure and a software. But I'm getting the sense that's not what you mean here. This is
I'm not meaning it so literally.
just like gathering people, and then they start to know, like, and trust you over the holidays. They see you on Instagram, and in the new year, boop, they call you.
Yes. I mean, if you have a funnel where people can sign up for a wait list for when your consultations are available in the new year, I'm for it if you have it, but it doesn't have to be so literal. What I'm more so talking about here is nurturing, like focus on nurturing your audience during this time rather than the hard sells. And that gets you into that funnel when come the new year, you can say, I'm releasing this new service, or refresh your home for 2026. You can start using that more hard sell kind of language, but nurture them now and get them into your funnel now with that trust, that emotion. Start building all of that up. And if you have a system behind that, like I said, where you can collect an email address, and you'll make like a formal announcement via email or a formal announcement on your website in the future, that's great. But we're not meaning it so literal today. It can be something that's softer. And I would say too, like we talked about, get personal. And that doesn't mean just what's going on in your own home or how a space feels emotionally to you. It could be what's going on in your studio around the holidays. It's a different time of year. Like me and my team, we're wrapping up earlier in December so that they, obviously can spend time with their families and log off and do what it is. So like one of the content ideas that we have is showcase what it's like to wrap up your studio for 2025. I mean, are you reviewing, your projects? Like, are you reminiscing on the year? What are your team members doing? Like, what's some special traditions for them as they wrap up the year? It is like outside of the holidays, the new year is also a monumental time. A lot of people are reflecting. A year has passed. So it doesn't even have to be so literal to, Christmas or Hanukkah or anything like that. It can be more so what's going on in your studio as you wrap up the year and the sentimental meaning behind that too.
Love it.
Because that's a nurturing piece as well. There's that emotional connection. It's a great time to build emotional connections.
I love that you've used the word nurture, emotional connection, because you nailed it. And I think what can be tricky when you are doing marketing, online marketing, is around this time of year, you're going to see stuff being pushed and sold everywhere. But remember, those are most likely low ticket products. You are a high ticket service. It is a completely different thing. So yes, there are so many brands, companies selling and hard selling. This is when we need to just pull back and chill and let people in, build, nurture, like you said. And then once everyone's bought their crap on the TikTok shop in December, in January, that's when they're thinking about
that's your time,
their homes, their future, what they want to create in the new year. And then you're like, hey, hi,
I'm here.
I'm right here.
And I've been here. I've been here.
I'm not just hard selling out of nowhere. I have been here creating for you, making, inspiring, connecting.
Yes.
I mean, that's it. Connection is the new marketing.
Yeah. And I say that all the time. Backing up to what you said about a low ticket product, I remind our clients all the time that you are not a product-based business, and you cannot compare your marketing strategy to what product-based businesses are doing, especially around the holidays. I mean, I say this all, Black Friday seems to start earlier and earlier every year. You're getting emails now like the first week of November preparing for Black Friday. That is not the approach for an interior design business. So you have to think of your marketing separately, because right now product-based businesses are feeling the pressure, and this is your time to lean into that emotional side, make that connection, and then you go harder at the start of the new year when people have the bandwidth to even think about their homes and they aren't, into all the holiday things that are going on.
Relief in a sense, because we all know how crazy the holidays are and schedules are nuts and we're all trying to wrap up work. And here's your permission to just kind of take it easy, show more behind the scenes. It's not about polished and hard sell and deadlines. It is about softness and connection and nurturing and sharing.
Yes. And it's still about showing up, exactly what you were about to say. Like, don't take this as I'm going to pull back and just not show up at all.
Bingo.
Don't do that. You still need to have everything I'm telling you. There's still a strategy behind it. Like, we have a strategy for our clients around the holiday time. So there's still a strategy behind it. So you still need to show up, but you just show up a little bit differently than when you're in your hard sell moments.
Yep. There you go. Show up. I think it's a great time to show up in stories where you can be in your Christmas jammies and just say a quick something. And like, that's what's selling now. Like the pendulum we started here with like your filtered latte shots with the Nashville filter 15 years ago. And then it went to like super polished and professional only. And I feel like we're coming back here where people want a mix of like, yes, obviously your work is great, stunning. You've got great photos, but also they want you. And when they're sitting in the holidays and they're just, watching a Christmas story while they're on their phones, they're going to see you and see that you are real and human and connected. And you are going to stay top of mind by showing up. That is the funnel, is to keep being in front of people, getting people seeing you. And those that are ready in the new year are going to think of you right away.
Yes. And the more your audience can see themselves in you, not see themselves meaning they can do what you do, because there's a unique value to what you do that your clients can't do or don't want to do. But the more that they can relate to things that are going on in your life, everybody knows what wrapping up the year feels like, and that's how wrapping up, here's how it looks in my studio, and they can relate like, oh yeah, I have madness going on in my home. Like there's just, it's the more that they can see themselves in what you're putting out, the more that will reap benefits for you in the new year.
Awesome. So the short version of this is don't pull back on the holidays just because you're not actively selling. You still need to be very active in your digital marketing to make sure that you're nurturing, building those relationships, and that funnel is happening so that business will pick up for you in the new year. It's okay to be slow right now. It makes perfect sense. No one wants their kitchen torn up when they're hosting a holiday meal. I get it.
And you still plant the seed. Like I said, still say, we're not taking any more clients for 2025, or our books are closed until February. Like still make a subtle post or something, or even like a banner on your website. You're still planting the seed, because it also builds a little bit of anticipation with your clients. Like, ooh, I really want to work with her next year. So let me make sure I pay attention to her profile, or to her website. And I'm first on the list when it opens back up or when availability comes again. So still plant the seed, but it's not necessarily the time for hard sells.
Yep. Nurture, plant, relax.
Yeah. Relax as much as possible. Right.
Amelia, thank you. This was such great advice. And I hope people listening take it to heart. Keep showing up. Keep being present, keep connecting. We might have a visitor.
Yes, my daughter just popped.
Amelia will be back next month with more amazing social media tips. Hey, girl.
All right.
And we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.